Okay, we are back. This time looking at something completely brand new to me. So I've been seeing a few comments about a band called Vintersea and that I should check out a song called Illuminated. I have never heard of this band before. I do not know what we're in for. I've got no idea what's about to happen. I don't even know the singer's name yet. So we're just gonna do this and see what it's like. I'm actually really excited about it. From what I've seen in comments, it sounds like something that I would like. So I'm gonna check it out. So this vocal here, it's very pretty. It's also heavily processed. So I'd really like to hear. I don't know if this is possibly going to change within this song even. I'd really like to hear her if we take that processing off and see what her voice does. But it is really nice. Nice harmonies going on too.
We have an absolutely extraordinary attitude in our culture and in various other cultures, high civilizations, to the new member of human society. Instead of saying frankly to children, how do you do, welcome to the human race, we are playing a game.
They've basically just gone from a very melodic vocal to a very rhythmic one in that da 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 sort of section there, which is very cool. But yeah, it's very hard to kind of tell exactly what is going on with her voice with the processing that this song has on her voice. So it would be really interesting, like I say, for either to get to a section which has some less processing or to see her live, because they can actually do this processing live. That's a myth that a lot of people believe, by the way. If you've ever wondered, we can actually auto-tune people live. That's the thing we can do now. I'm not saying that she's auto-tuned, but a lot of the effects that we're hearing here, we could recreate live, and people seem to think that if someone can sing live, that means they're not using auto-tune. That's not true. You can do it live. it would be really just interesting to hear this without that processing and see what she's doing. So she's got a bit more power in her voice here, so she's taking a bit more control going into... I feel like this is actually a mixed belt, so it's going up into that upper range. But mixed belt is basically where you're mixing your upper register and your lower register together to get more of the belt sound, but without doing the full belt, which is full chest voice, full lower register, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with either option. Basically, the mixed belt for a lot of people tends to be more sustainable over a longer period of time, which is why when you have like classical training, you tend to do more of mixing or upper register stuff than you do the full belt. But in more popular, more contemporary, we tend to do more of the full belt, or we tend to do a bit of both actually. Yes, it is still quite processed at this point. And I feel like I should also just say here, there is actually nothing wrong with processing. Like, if you've got a great vocal and processing it makes it sound even better, makes it fit within the song even better, I have absolutely no problem with that. We want to do what's right for the music. And I think a lot of people can kind of turn their nose up at things like some vocal processing, like even things like reverb, just because they don't want to process their vocals when it can just take the song to a whole nother level. But also, it's nice to hear it without that processing as well, just to hear what the vocal is in kind of its purest form, I guess. So I like a little bit of both. That I did not expect. going back into... Yeah, so she just went from like really pretty to terrifying in about 0.5 seconds. Yeah, so it's just not something I expected because everything was just like so nice. But yes, I don't know if there's processing on the screaming or not. Can't really tell. I'm not familiar enough with that sound really to make a comment on that. But yes, I'm getting very keen to see this band live. The more I watch of this, the more I'm keen to see it live. Also, I really like this moonlight thing that she's holding. She's like walking. I really like it. Totally irrelevant, but I like it. Yeah, you can even hear that at the end. They've actually left that in, which just doubles the theory that they're definitely using this processing as an effect. But you can hear that echo. Like, that's all effects echoing when you stop it. I was going to say that that's a really nice song, but the screaming bit kind of made me feel like, oh, this isn't quite as nice. We're a bit angry now. I would be really keen to see them do some live stuff. So if you've got any recommendations, pop them in the comments, because I'm going to check them out. I'm very curious to see what these guys sound like live. As always, thank you for the recommendation of this one. It is really interesting to just hear some stuff that I have not come across before at all. So that's really nice. And yeah, any other recommendations, pop them in the comments below, particularly if you've got some live recommendations of Vintersea, because I would really like to see some live stuff from them, or of just anyone that you think I will enjoy. Apart from that, have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.